The European Union is a friend of the Palestinian people. On the 7th of October, following the Hamas attack, I said that Hamas has harmed the Palestinian people and the Palestinian cause. We condemn Hamas for its terrorist attack in the strongest terms. We urge them to free the hostages and to give immediate access to them to the Red Cross or Red Crescent. But the European Union has also firmly stressed that the way that Israel performed its right to defense matters. That Israel needs to respect international humanitarian law and the principle of proportionality. And I passed this message yesterday, face to face, in very clear terms, to the Israeli authorities with which I met. A horror doesn't justify another horror. The European Union, and now also the United Nations, through the last United Nations Security Council resolutions adopted yesterday, has demanded an immediate humanitarian pauses and more access to the humanitarian assistance, including water and fuel, that can reach the civilian in Gaza. We at the European Union, since the start of the Israeli military campaign against Hamas, we have multiplied by 4 our humanitarian assistance to the people in Gaza to almost 100 million, and have increased our funding for UNRWA by another 10 million, bringing the funding over 90 million this year. But we know it's not enough. The war against Hamas in Gaza is the outcome of a collective political and moral failure of the international community, for which the Israelis and the Palestinian people are paying a high price. And only a political solution can end this untenable cycle of violence. But we should not forget the situation in the West Bank. You know better than I. I discussed also with my Israeli counterpart yesterday, and everybody should be aware that there is an upsurge of settled terrorism since October 7. Since the beginning of the year, 421 Palestinians has been killed in the Western Bank, and since this dramatic 7th of October is 202. This has increased the number of communities being forced out of their homes. Today there are more than 150 illegal hotspots, which main purpose is to serve as a staging basis for the settlers. We have urged Israeli authorities to address this issue at the highest level to prevent an eruption of violence in the West Bank. Our support to the Palestinian Authority as the only representative of the Palestinian people is both political and financial. We are the biggest international donor for the Palestinian people, and we will continue being the biggest financial contribution to the Palestinian Authority working. Because this war has shown us that we cannot the Palestinian issue unresolved. However tragic it is now, and it is very tragic, we must seize the momentum to invest in peace and to work towards a solution of the conflict. We have to mobilize the international support for the political process to a two-state solution, a process that has been neglected for too long. The two-state solution is the only viable path to peace, and time has come to define concrete steps to take in order to implement it.